Get off the rat wheel.
How's everybody doing today? Oh, no. I can't go out like that. Do I have to leave and come back? How's everybody doing today? All right. So, guys, listen. We are on the precipice of something huge in 5 links. How did you guys like that training, first of all? All right, so listen, guys. The clock is already ticking, like we said in our SVP speech, so we're going to get right into it. And so before I even start with this, let me go ahead and introduce myself to many of you guys, since I know it might be many of your first nationals. Who's here for the first time? Raise your hand. All right, everybody clap it up for the new IMRs and ETs and EDs in the building, all right? So one of the things that I just want to let you guys know, no matter if you've been in this business for a week, a day, or for several years, this is an awesome opportunity. This is an awesome company, and we are a customer acquisition business, all right? So what I want you guys to really understand is that when you get started in this business, you know, we teach you how to do 2 things. We teach you how to get customers and business partners. And then technically, if we want to be technical, we also teach our new representatives to do the same thing. And I can remember very, very clearly when I got started in this business, known as 5 links, right? When I got started, one of the things that I really wanted to learn how to do was to make money and become profitable, okay? And so one of the things that I did very early on was I sought the advice of mentors, not only my upline and not only my more experienced sideline partners, but I also sought the advice of other people who were successful in this business. And so just in case you guys don't know, my experience in 5 links or in network marketing was not even minimal. I had no experience when I got started. And so once I got in, it was all about, okay, what do I do next? Okay, and so of course, in our first 30 days especially, or if we're going to relaunch our business, we're getting on all of our own products and services. And so I remember having that difficult conversation like, all right, well, what am I going to switch over? And so one of the things that I actually want to do is shout out this wonderful opportunity again. Let's shout out and let's give it up to our co-founders and also for Shad Tafazoli, Nelson Gerard, and all of our executive leadership. Everybody give them a round of applause. All right? And I really want to thank 5 links because, look, imagine getting paid when someone turns on a light switch, okay, cooks on a gas stove, heats their home, or turns on the air conditioner. Does anybody know about paying these bills? Anybody? All right, so it's not just me. And these bills go high, and guess what? No matter what, we have to pay the bill, or what happens? Right, they cut it off, right? All right, so what I want you guys to understand is, what is energy deregulation? All right, now historically, energy companies all over the US, they've had a monopoly, okay? So up until just a few years ago, no matter what, if you use energy, you have to pay that bill. And again, just like you guys said, if you don't pay that bill, they cut you off, okay? And so just a few years ago, state by state, all of the regulators started to get broken up. And so it allowed for competition to come in and allows us to make the decision. So again, supply companies are actually able to enter select markets, and it allows consumers to choose which supply company to get their energy from. All right? So this is key. So many times your customers are going to ask you, well, how are you able to do this? That can simply be your reply. And so let me kind of walk you through my journey, if that's okay. Is that okay? All right, so when I got in, I remember very clearly my upline telling me, look, get on all of your own services. And one of the services that really excited me was energy. Because again, imagine getting paid on a bill that you're already paying for, and I'm saying this is a no-brainer. And plus, for all my IMRs in the room, look, how much does energy cost? All right, to actually go through us, how much is it? It's free, right? You don't have to pay a dime to go ahead and save money on your energy. So that's what makes this product very, very unique. And so one of the things that I did very early on was I sought the advice of a mentor because I said, not only do I want to get really good at this. I want to become a master. And so even before I get into the meat and potatoes of residential energy, I want everybody not only to clap it up, but if it weren't for this gentleman, I wouldn't be able to train on this. So I want everybody to rise to their feet and give a round of applause for Senior Vice President Lino Solis. Everybody clap it up for Lino. Clap it up. Come on, let's clap it up for Lino. All right? Lino, where you at? Raise your hand. All right? All right, so the reason why we're clapping it up for Lino is because very early on, I noticed this guy knew everything about energy. And it wasn't just about me, it was about us as a team being able to build. And he told me a few key things, all right? He told me, number one, first, you got to get energy certified, all right? You can't even start the conversation until you go ahead and get energy certified. So you got to get that done. So for any partner in here, I don't care what state you're in, because I know it's just select markets, but you got to go ahead and get that done. You do that through your virtual office. You simply click on services, all right, and you go ahead and complete that energy certification training. It's about maybe 45 minutes or so, all right? We got to get that done. Next, what I want you to understand is that we have residential energy. So that means literally anybody can become your customer, okay, including yourself. So that's probably the first part. So what you want to do is you literally want to walk every customer through the process from your personal website, all right? Again, this should be one of the easiest services to market because of the price point. It is absolutely free. So what you want to do is you definitely want to get your piece in your own local market. You also want to make sure your friends and family know, hey, look, they have somebody in their family or they have a very close friend who can really help them cut the cost on a bill that they're already paying for, all right? So here are some peeking questions, guys, all right? Now, I want to give credit to where credit is due. Clap it up for Thomas Felder, all right? Because we have this sort of language, and it works with prospecting the same way that it does with energy. It could be just as simple as, if I found a way you could save money on your gas and electric bill, and if you could help me in business, would you be open to learning more? All right? Most people are going to say yes, all right? Or, and here's one of our favorite, and this works with all of our products and services, all right? And that is, could you please do me a favor, help me out and try a service, all right? Very, very simple. Favor, help, try, and of course the magic word is please, okay? And then when they reply, you simply say, great, we need to get together. And this is key because you want to get good at setting appointments, all right? Very, very key. So here's the ordering process, in case you've never put in an energy order before. And here's what I even recommend. Look, you want to make a list of literally everybody that you know in any energy deregulated state. And it's very simple. You might be saying, well, how do I know which state is energy deregulated? You simply go to your virtual office. You're going to go ahead and go to products and then energy. And there's a map in there that tells you which state is deregulated and under which utility. So literally, I remember talking with SVP Lino Solis. I was like, Lino, how do I figure out which state is energy deregulated? And he told me where to go. And he was like, you got to make a long laundry list. And see, as you're making that physical list, you not only start to think about the people that you know, but you also start to think about the people that they know. And that's how your list becomes very, very long. So that's what you do. So the ordering process, you can also see the drop down on the list. So once you choose the state that your relative might be in, and I'm going to be talking about California. Where's California at? All right? I'm going to be talking about California. So California happens to be one of those states. We're not fully deregulated, but we are deregulated for gas, okay? So in California, we have PG&E, all right, for most of the state, Pacific Gas and Electric. And so the very next step is to go ahead and choose your utility, all right, that you normally get service from, okay? So in this case, we would select PG&E. And then from that point forward, you get to select whether you want a fixed rate or a variable rate. And what you really want to do is you want to have that energy bill from the customer in front of you, okay? Have it in front of you, have it in front of the customer, and remember, what you'll learn in energy certification is that you're not keying it in for them, you're assisting them, all right? Energy is very, very strict, and you don't want to get accused of something called slamming, which is when you're just keying in people's information and they don't know. You definitely want to do this the right way, all right? So you're going to choose the option that works best for them, and you can consult with them. Now, this is where you want to have a little bit of expertise. Know the difference between variable and fixed, all right? It becomes an educational session. So they're like, well, what's fixed, what's variable? All it simply means is that fixed means that your price remains the same throughout the term of that contract, all right? Or throughout the term, it might be a 12-month fixed or a 24-month fixed, all right? Whereas variable can change month to month based on the market. And what people don't know is that typically that variable rate is what they already have. Most people are not on a fixed by default. So by locking it in at a low fixed rate, even if the rate is a little bit higher, at least that protects them from sudden surges in the market. All right, does that make sense? All right, awesome. So then the rest of the ordering process is pretty simple. As you can see, look, this is not rocket science. You just simply help that customer key in their info, and then that very next step either takes them to the confirmation page, or they might get taken to an external website. Anybody get taken to an external website wondering what's happening, right? Sometimes it happens, and so, for instance, with Zoom, in many instances, you're taken to an external site, which is totally fine. All we're doing is we're making sure that 5links and also our energy partner has the same information, okay? So you get taken to the external site, you go ahead and choose and reiterate the plan that you want, and then you go ahead and key in the remaining information, and you're done. Now, typically what happens is it'll take anywhere, sometimes I've seen energy orders become active within a week, sometimes it could take a couple of weeks. Either way, just make sure you follow that process. Don't hesitate to get reps or ask rep services, okay, well, what's the status of my order if it's pending for a while, or ask your senior vice president, okay? So what I want to actually do is bring up somebody to the front who knows a lot about energy acquisition. As a matter of fact, this gentleman hit not only the 25 customer club on our team, Team Epic, all right, but he hit the 50 customer club. So where are all of our 25 and 50 customer club acquisition champions in here? Raise your hand. Clap it up for them, all right? And I know all of us are about to get in that club, right? Exactly. So the person that I'm going to bring to the front, if you guys don't know him yet, you're going to get to know him very, very soon. He's out of the great state of Michigan. Where's Detroit at? All right. So on top of that, he knows this information backwards and forwards. And we're going to actually do a role play to actually demonstrate how you go ahead and get a residential customer, all right? So please help me welcome to the stage Executive in Mr. 50 Customer Club, Mr. Kevin Smith.
Good morning, 5links, good morning. Let's give it back up to my Senior Vice President, Mr. Ricardo Super.
All right. So Kevin knows this information backwards and forwards. Every time we look at the back office, there's like 2 or 3 new energy customers. All right, so what we're actually going to do is just kind of do a role play, and I'm actually going to be your cousin.
Okay, cuz.
Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to let Kevin drive, and go ahead and tell me how that would work, my man.
Okay, so I would ask you, cousin, was your energy bill high last winter?
Was it high?
Was it high? Did you pay a lot for gas last winter?
It was pretty high, man. It's always high, man. It's always high, bro.
I understand. Me too as well. But let me ask you, if I could probably save you some dollars, would you be interested just checking out something for me?
Possibly. I possibly would be interested, you know.
Okay.
You know, possibly. See, the last time I did this, I feel like somebody came to my home and, I heard of rates going up. Like, last time I did this, my rates went way up.
That's understandable. Let me tell you a difference real quick, cousin. There's 2 kinds of rates. There's fixed and variable, okay? They probably signed you up on a variable, which goes up and down, kind of like gas prices at a gas station. You go to work in the morning, it's $2.25. You come home, it's $2.90.
Right.
That quick, okay? It's called some, and you know what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, 5-Link family. Okay, so you want to lock that in so you can have it all year, so you don't have to worry about it. It's kind of like supply and demand. When it gets cold, gas prices are going to go up. And same thing with energy. So you want to lock that in. So let's sit down real quick. Let's grab your stub and let's see what you're paying.
Okay, okay. But look, man, I'm just wondering, how are you able to do this, man? You know, we've been cousins. You know, we shared all the same toys. Like, how is it that you have all this power and I don't know anything about this?
Okay, we're not a bootleg company, okay, first of all. So I want to get that straight. Actually, we partner up with energy companies, okay? We're not a gas company. We partner up so we find the best rates. And so we do that, we can lock them in, and that way we can pass our savings on to you, my cousin, your aunt, your mother. Everybody is on board, so we're just waiting for you to get on board.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
You don't want to be the last one in the family, I know. So when your mother find out that you're not on, everybody else is on, she may be a little upset.
So look, I have one last just favor. Look, just send me the link. I'll do it later, man.
Okay, cuz, well, that's good. You could do it later, but how about right now? We can do it right now since we're right here and we're talking. We're face to face. Let's go to my link right here. You already got your information right here, your paperwork. So we're going to compare what you're paying now to what you can save for the next year. And also, maybe you can find out, I can tell you a secret how I get my gas for free. Oh, you like that, don't you?
All right. Everybody clap it up for Kevin Smith. So, Kev, why don't you just kind of flow and glow and just kind of go through your thought process throughout that whole thing?
Okay, well, first of all, family, we want to make sure that you know your information. Do your due diligence. If you're going to talk to somebody, get their address, get their phone number, and get their zip code so you can go in the back office and you can pull up the rates, okay? Sometimes it might be higher, and if so, you can be ready. So you say, well, it's 43 cents I'm paying, and you want to charge me 60 cents or something like that. Be prepared. Like Mr. Suber brought out in the beginning, rates fluctuate. They go up and down. So, okay, so if you're paying 43 cents now, you might be paying 90 cents in the wintertime. But you lock me in at 60 cents, it's all good. So you want to make sure you do that. And the second of all, always have your tablet, your cell phone. Do not make the mistake and let them say, well, I'll get it later, send me the link. That's not going to happen. 9 times out of 10 are not going to do it, okay? My hardest customer was my dad. He's in the audience right now, okay? Dad, can you please, oh, it's a scam. It's not going to work, this and that. Just flew down here. He has cable. He got cable this weekend. He got TV this weekend, and he's a gas customer. And he's getting tea and coffee. He don't know it before I leave on Sunday. He's signing for that too, okay? So, team, don't stop. Don't quit. Go to the top, because we're winning. That's all we're going to do is win. What are we going to do? Win. What are we going to do?
Win.
What are we going to do?
Win.
Thank you. I'm Kevin Smith. Woo. Enjoy your day.
All right. Everybody clap it up for Kevin Smith. All right. You see why we call him Mr. 50, right? All right, guys. So keeping it moving right along, that's residential energy. We're going to move right into commercial. Now, let me tell you something. Once again, if it were not for Lino breaking this down to the point where we could all understand it, I would not be on the stage. Now, let me tell you something about commercial. Now, first off, there's small commercial and there's large commercial, okay? Now, small commercial is very, very simple because the whole process that we went through in terms of keying in the customer, it's almost identical. You just select commercial on your personal website, and you can go through the process the very same way. Fixed, variable, the same metrics apply, okay? And what you also have to understand with large commercial is that you simply just need one bill from the client, all right? And then you want them to sign an LOA. Now, I know that kind of scares a few people, but we're going to kind of go through the mechanics of that in a little bit. But before we actually get into the mechanics and drill down into the details, I want to bring someone else up to this stage, okay? Because you need to have a business mindset. When you're starting to approach businesses now, you need to have that acumen. You need to be prepared. You need to make sure that you go in with that business look. You understand what I'm saying? All right? And so the person I want to bring out here right now, she's another Customer Club champion, all right? In the 25 Customer Club. She actually helps lead the Michigan market along with SVP Zora Muhammad. They run their meetings every week. And let me tell you something, she's a ball of energy. And what she's actually going to do is just come out and talk about the mindset to get in front of a commercial customer. So please help me welcome to the stage 25 Customer Club champion and executive on our team, LaShawna Manigault. All right, guys, how you doing?
Great, thank you.
So, all right, guys, so she's gonna break down just the mindset and what it takes to win when it comes to commercial customers.
Good morning, 5 Links. Awesome, you guys look great today. Again, my name is LaShawna Manigault, and I'm an executive in this awesome, awesome company and opportunity called 5 Links. And also, I'm a business coach out of Detroit, Michigan. So all day long, I'm with entrepreneurs, small and large business owners. I know that's kind of the rave. Everybody's doing it these days. We're all entrepreneurs. And there are hubs and spaces in every state where you can go and meet business owners, large and small. So all day long, I'm in meetings and meeting people that are new to the business and need help. They need products, they need services, and they need access to funding. And guess what? We got it all. So, that's right. So, some things to keep in mind when you're meeting business owners. You just want to be sharp. You want to be about your game. You want to make sure you're polished. You want to make sure you have your business cards available, have your phone ready with your 5 Links app open so that you can have something to show them at the time should a conversation present itself where you can actually show them a service or a product. Have your business cards. And typically, you're speaking to the business owner. A lot of times in some of these smaller hubs, you don't exactly know. People are dressed down. You don't know that they're actually a business owner and they have 2 and 3 stores. But always be mindful, because you never know who you're talking to, that typically they could be the decision maker as well. So go on full in, talk to them, ask them how their business is doing, and start to bring value. If they find themselves interested in one of the products or services, even our great product, the BizFi capital products through 5 Links, make sure that you know you have your advertising material from the back office and that you can go through the different offers that we have in regards to loans. Please keep in mind that they have to have been in business at least 6 months in order to qualify for the BizFi products. But it's a great opportunity and a great product for them to get loans and funding for their business. Some common mistakes to avoid is basically be prepared. Allow them to do the speaking, kind of lead the conversation, but you want to make sure you've gone into your back office and that you're prepared to field any of the questions they may have, that you're prepared with 5 Links rep services on speed dial so that you can get right through and that you can offer them any assistance that they need. Make sure that you create a relationship, and if they're not ready to purchase right now, if you can't go for the sale right then, you have an opportunity to represent yourself to them at another time.
All right, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All right. Everybody clap it up once again for LaShawna Manigault. All right, woo! And I'm telling you, she is, again, bona fide. And so I really hope you really got what she said in terms of getting those business cards, really making sure you have those marketing materials, because not only will you make a great presentation, but you're going to impress them as well, all right? And you're going to come in with a certain amount of confidence and bravado because you know you have the documentation on your side, all right? And so just like she said, and I'll just kind of reiterate some points, you want to get good at finding the decision maker. Anybody ever heard of LinkedIn? All right? You all need an account on LinkedIn. Like, especially in 2017, it's a non-negotiable. All right? So get on there and start to connect yourself. So use your common associations. Again, we're all working from a list. So who do you know who's a business owner? Who do you know knows business owners, okay? Because even if we feel like we don't know a lot of people, I guarantee you, you stretch your mind a little bit, and you literally have a network of thousands, okay? Find ways to get creative. So with large businesses, now, decision makers are typically not just one person. In order to close a large deal, many times you're dealing with multiple decision makers. So your goal and your object is to find out who that is. And I'll never forget, I remember back in 2011 when we got started, I remember actually talking to Lino, and I said, look, I want to close a big deal like you. And he said, look, start with the small ones. Work up that confidence, and then as you start to know the lingo, you know the process, your confidence is going to shine through. And then eventually you'll have that confidence to approach larger companies. So again, just like you see here, you want to use your associations, okay? Now, when you're making a connection, I say use the 3 R's. It's very, very simple. The first R is to relate, all right? So when you're first talking to them, just talk about maybe how you know them or common people that you might know, all right? Maybe the fact that you guys went to the same school, all right? Maybe the fact that you know somebody who used to work where they work, all right? Second is, like Lashana said, if now's not a convenient time, you want to get good at rescheduling, all right? Because many times when you're talking to a decision maker, they're not ready to play ball, but you might have piqued their interest. So get good at setting that appointment, and don't try to go for the jugular when you first meet. Does that make sense? All right. And then last but not least, Rsvp, all right? Anybody ever use Google Calendar? It's probably one of the best tools that you can use to go ahead and set up appointments, because not only can you remind yourself about the upcoming appointment, but you're also reminding them, and it's very professional, okay? And then you have peaking questions. So here are some good peaking questions for commercial customers. For instance, do you feel like you're overpaying for your gas or electricity? Or would you like to see how your utility rates stack up to other competitive rates in your market? All right? Or just simply said, especially for smaller businesses, if you could pay less for energy, would you? What are they going to say every day of the week? Absolutely. They'll say yes. So when they reply, say, great. Our team, and again, I'm quoting Mr. Solis, our team can look at your bill and provide a free, no-obligation analysis. May I see a copy of your most recent bill? It's very simple. Now, the key is, once you get the bill, once you have it in hand, then present the LOA. Why do I say that? I say that because a lot of times people are like, I don't want to sign a contract. I don't want to sign anything, okay? So what you want to do is get the bill first, make sure that they're a little bit invested in the process, and then go ahead and present the LOA, and you say it, and the LOA stands for Letter of Authorization, and you say it because, look, this gives us permission to go ahead and look at your historical data, so we can figure out if we can really save you some money. Now, if they're very hesitant, you can back off a little bit, because our energy partner will work with select customers, even if they don't have an LOA, but always try to go for the LOA once you have the bill in hand. Does that make sense? All right. And now, if they need some massaging, again, set that appointment. Say, well, when can I get you on the line with one of my executives? Your executive in this case for larger customers would be our energy partner, okay? For smaller customers, it could be as simple as your upline or a very knowledgeable sideline partner, all right? So now what? You're going to request at least one billing statement. After getting the bill in hand, get the LOA signed, all right? It's a very, very simple form. You can get that out of your back office, as you see here. You simply just go to the left-hand side of your virtual office and click Energy Program. Get the decision maker's availability, get their cell phone number, and just stay in touch, okay? So now I want to bring up someone else who very, very soon won't need an introduction. She is an all-star in this business, and I promise you, she is a diamond and is just waiting for her back office to catch up, okay? She not only is a top-producing national director in this business, but she recently hit the 25 customer club. She has a sprawling team all throughout the company, all right? And not only that, she has a heart of gold. So please help me welcome to the stage National Director, soon-to-be SVP and Diamond, Linda Ransom.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
All right, all right.
How's everybody doing?
Woo! So what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep this real simple, but let me tell you something. Sometimes business owners, they throw us for a loop. And the reason why we wanted to bring Linda out here is because not only is she an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur, but she comes from a family of entrepreneurs. So I want to talk about the mindset in terms of what happens when sometimes business owners give you a little bit of flack.
All righty. So as we know, you're always going to have a little bit of objection. I mean, life has already given us some objections. I had some objections just getting here, but you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. So the first thing is to remember that it's not you that they're objecting. It's either something that they don't understand, something that needs to be made clearer, the timing may not be good, you just got to kind of feel your way through it. And just like on the other side of getting regular customers, you have the four personality types. It's the same thing when you're dealing with a business owner. So I always like to do a little bit of homework ahead of time, find out who the person is in charge. When you're going after the larger commercial customers, you may want to do a little bit of research as far as finding out that person's name. Sometimes I do like a call and say, you know, I'm looking to get some information, who's the person that normally makes decisions, that type of thing. And then you contact them. You're also going to run into the gatekeepers. So with the gatekeepers, you got to treat them like you've been knowing them all their life, because you know, those are the ones who they're basically doing the grunt of the work. So you want to be very kind to them, you know, give them a lot of love and all of that, get the names, and then keep moving forward from there. So some of the objections that you may run across is, well, I don't have enough time. Well, look, I don't have to talk to you today. All I want to do is just set an appointment with you when you have just a little bit more time, and we can sit down and talk. You know, when you go into a business as well, you want to like compliment them. Like the lights are bright in here, so if you go into a business and the lights are bright, wow, you guys got a lot of lights going on in here. You know, you must be really paying a high energy bill. You know, say something that's relatable. You also want to, you know, look at the environment. I mean, I try to do business with customers, do business in a manner where if I do business with you, you're going to do business with me. So I may go in there and support them a little bit, but I'm only going to do that 1 or 2 times, because at some point you got to turn around and be a customer of mine. Now you also want to go in there with the mindset that you're going to be my customer at some point, okay? So when they see that you have confidence, when they see that, you know, I know some of you are new to the business or, you know, been in for a little bit of time, look at it as your industry is a billion-dollar industry. So you have to go in there with a certain amount of confidence, a command that I have something that you need to hear, okay? So another objection, well, I'm in a contract. Okay, well that's fine. We can still take and look at your rates, do a comparison, see what it is, how we can save you some money. When your contract expires, then let's, you know, set up maybe about a month or so beforehand and see how we can help you. Now, I think the key thing with the contracts and different things like that, you need to make sure that you follow up, because a lot of times we get busy, we don't put stuff in our calendars, and we forget about following up. So you want to make sure that you follow up at least you know, month or so beforehand, and in that interim, stay in contact with them, okay? You know, like I said, stop by, do a call sometime. You know, if you find out any other information about their anniversaries or, you know, for being in business, then, you know, follow up along that line as well. So just remember that it's a mindset thing. They're not objecting you. They're just objecting certain aspects of the process, but keep the process going. You guys have what it takes. Love you, love you. I'm Linda Ransom from Wisconsin.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much. All right, guys, everybody clap it up again for Linda. I'm telling you, we have rock stars on our team, and I know we have some rock stars out there, right? So you feel more empowered about energy? All right, so she already went through the objections, all right? So the whole idea is that you just want to make sure that you have the bravado, the confidence to go ahead and go in there with confidence. You want to make sure that you're prepared, whether it's on the residential side or the commercial side. So look, guys, thank you so much. This has been my first training. Thank you for being so kind. And I'm telling you, 5 Links, let's take this thing to the top. I'm out of here, guys. Take care.